I mean, Caitlin to the ground, and ooh, that's a...
Oh, hell no. I know just who to call. I know just who to call for your ass.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a wild thug on the loose in Indiana. There's a thug that plays for the Phoenix Mercury, a goon named Alyssa Thomas. She goes by the name Alyssa Thomas. You need to go arrest this thug. She tried to murder a lady named Caitlin Clark on the basketball court. She tried to punch.
What started as another controversial moment on the court has suddenly taken an unexpected turn. After a heated incident involving Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark appeared to go unpunished by the officials, reports claiming that a police report had entered the discussion quickly spread online, leaving fans demanding answers. But what really happened to trigger such a strong reaction? Was something overlooked, ignored, or misunderstood? And could this latest controversy have lasting consequences for the WNBA?
Is it. Tonight is where I draw the line. WNBA, if you do not review what happened to Caitlin Clark, I am going to non-stop talk about this until the end of my days. The Indiana Fever go down in their rematch against the Phoenix Mercury. I don't even care about that because much bigger things are at play. It was expected to be a big game. After the melee that ensued a couple of days ago between the two teams, multiple texts were called, ejections. It was just really high tense. You could cut it with a knife. Ergo, I expected this game to be called very tight whistle. Any player hits the floor, watch like a hawk. And in my lives, I do sometimes talk about there are two players in the league that I don't particularly care for, but I never want to say who they are because I want to be able to call their game fairly and acknowledge how good they are on the court.
The Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury were expected to deliver an entertaining regular season matchup. Instead, they may have unintentionally created the newest chapter in one of the WNBA's most talked about controversies, shifting the spotlight away from basketball and onto the events that unfolded during the game.
Alyssa Thomas driving her fist into Caitlin Clark's neck. The ball is out of the play at this point in time. All right. So I don't care who it is. At the minimum, it's a flagrant 2. I think it warrants a suspension, especially because of, when you do factor in the context and the history. Because let's be real about it. This clip.
By the time the final buzzer sounded, very few people were talking about the final score. Almost no one was discussing offensive strategies, defensive adjustments, or the biggest shot of the night. Instead, nearly every conversation centered on a single moment that completely changed the focus of the game.
Gets kneed in the groin, punched in the throat. Alyssa Thomas puts all of her body weight on her to stand up after falling to the ground, punching her and kneeing her in the groin. No foul gets called. They play on. Caitlin Clark shoots a 3. A player on the Phoenix Mercury gets into her landing space. Caitlin Clark comes down on her foot. No flagrant called. Caitlin Clark comes up, holding her back.
The entire basketball world quickly turned its attention to one sequence involving Caitlin Clark and Alyssa Thomas. Within minutes, the clip had spread across social media, sparking fresh debate about officiating, player safety, and whether the WNBA is facing an issue that many fans believe can no longer be ignored.
After such a dirty play in this game, Alyssa Thomas needs to be checked. And I am absolutely not the only person that feels this way. I went on social media after the game, and it is like hellfire calling for the WNBA to review this play. Caitlin Clark goes down. Alyssa Thomas goes down, knees her in the groin on the way down, a known area of injury for Caitlin Clark. Okay, maybe that wasn't completely intentional. Didn't look great to me personally. But here's where it gets really wild. Alyssa Thomas has a fist on Caitlin Clark's arm. She has 2 fists. She slides it down, pins Caitlin down by the throat, finally gets up, and she steps over her. That step over told the entire thing. It was dirty. It was intentional. Absolutely should not go undiscussed. WNBA needs...
The reaction was so strong that many fans began calling for league intervention, while others argued the incident represented something much bigger than a single controversial play. The discussion quickly shifted from basketball to accountability, placing the spotlight squarely on the officials. According to many viewers, This was not an isolated moment, but another example in a pattern that has followed Caitlin Clark since entering the league. As fans revisited the footage, they questioned why some of the most physical plays involving one of the WNBA's biggest stars continue to generate so much controversy. What first looked like a routine physical sequence soon became the center of attention after slow-motion replays spread across social media. Fans analyzed the play from every angle, while commentators, former players, and media personalities all offered their own interpretations.
Oh, yes, this is it. Oh, yes, this is it right here. I got you a like. Get 200 likes up. This is the footage. This is the video. This video has not been released at all. This is what happened right before Caitlin Clark went out of the game.
As often happens in modern sports, the conversation quickly grew beyond the game itself. Social media transformed one controversial sequence into one of the biggest stories in women's basketball. The debate was fueled not simply by the contact during the play, but by the fact that officials chose not to call a foul, a decision many fans believed changed everything. Most basketball fans understand that officiating mistakes happen, especially in a fast-paced professional game. However, supporters of Caitlin Clark argue this has become a recurring issue, pointing to several moments where they believe similar contact against her went uncalled. Others disagree, saying Clark is simply experiencing the same physical style of play that many star players have faced throughout their careers.
Pick up the tech tonight, 5th of the season.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I got a technical for clapping. So, if we should all just go on the calendar now and pick a game that I'm going to be suspended for if I'm going to get technicals for clapping. I asked Gerda. Gerda said that I got a technical for clapping. So, if any technical should be taken away, it should be that one. If it's truly for clapping, that's what they said they gave it to me for.
Both sides are now firmly committed to their positions, meaning every new controversy immediately becomes part of a much larger debate. Every disputed whistle is treated as evidence, every missed call strengthens one argument or the other, and every physical confrontation revives discussions that have been building for months. That became even more apparent after the game, when comments from the Indiana Fever organization drew fresh attention to the officiating. Questions about the play surfaced almost immediately during post-game interviews, and frustration over the calls became a major topic of discussion. Whenever coaches publicly question officiating decisions, many fans feel their own concerns have been validated. What started as online debate suddenly grows into a league-wide conversation involving players, coaches, analysts, journalists, and fans alike.
These are terrible. But the worst part of all of this, Caitlin Clark got kneed in the groin, throat punched, landing space, no call, and Stephanie White sat there on the sidelines with her arms crossed, tweaking, sniffing, twitching away. This is a coach that said, I ride with Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White, you ride with Alyssa Thomas. You ride with DeWanna Bonner. You don't ride with the CC22. You wish you did. You want people to think that you do.
The timing of this controversy makes it even more significant because it comes during a period of unprecedented attention for the WNBA. There is no denying that Caitlin Clark has become one of the most recognizable athletes in professional sports. Whether fans support her, criticize her, cheer for her team, or root against her, she consistently draws attention at a level few athletes can match. Every controversial moment involving her is captured from multiple angles and shared across social media within minutes. Every officiating decision is analyzed by thousands, sometimes millions, of viewers using slow-motion replays unavailable to officials in real time. Once a narrative gains momentum online, it becomes incredibly difficult to stop. That reality creates pressure for everyone involved. Players know every move can become a headline, coaches understand every post-game comment will be dissected, and officials recognize every whistle will be examined in extraordinary detail.
Just needs more consistent help. But as for the refs, I want smoke with all the WNBA refs, bro. Like, they need to be hit with a RICO. They need to be investigated. How are they allowed to control the game the way that they do? They calling fouls that aren't fouls. Not calling fouls when they should be calling fouls. making up fouls. Like, how are they allowed to do this and just control the outcome of the game? They got to be on FanDuel, like, making money off the shit or something. Because
The league also feels that pressure because every major controversy has the potential to shape public perception. What makes this situation especially important is that it raises questions far beyond one regular season game. At the heart of the debate is a challenge every professional sports league faces. How do you maintain the physical intensity fans enjoy while also protecting players? There is no easy answer. Physical rivalries create excitement and emotion, but they also invite scrutiny whenever controversial moments occur. The incident involving Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark has placed that balance directly under the spotlight. Both sides continue to attract passionate supporters, explaining why the discussion has become so intense. As long as controversial plays continue to happen, fans will keep demanding explanations, and every officiating decision will remain open to debate. With Caitlin Clark being one of basketball's biggest stars, any major incident involving her is certain to receive enormous attention.
What up? All right, where do we start? Well, I know where we start. I'm pissed off tonight. A little pissed off starting this one off because this is, what happened tonight in the Fever's loss to the Mercury was egregious. The WNBA needs to do something about it. Alyssa Thomas, the play on Caitlin Clark was dirty. This is now like a few things. The play itself in question, like just remove anybody involved. Remove the names of those involved, whether it was Caitlin Clark or anybody else, that's a dirty play. Whether it was Alyssa Thomas or anybody else, that's a dirty.
What began as a regular season matchup between the Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury has grown into something much larger than the final score. It has become another chapter in the ongoing conversation about officiating consistency, player safety, competitive balance, and the future of a league experiencing historic growth. The biggest question now is what happens next. Will the league review the play and provide additional clarification? Will future games involving these teams be officiated differently? Or will another headline simply replace this one? In today's sports world, every controversy spreads faster, every debate grows larger, and every high-profile incident can influence conversations far beyond a single game. For now, the footage continues to circulate. Fans continue breaking down every angle, and the debate shows no signs of slowing down. Perhaps the most fascinating part is how quickly the focus shifted away from the basketball itself and toward everything surrounding it.